Scissor using his first protection, but this Unova Stunfisk has 2 Mud Bombs loaded. Can the Scissor endure the Mud Bomb damage, reach another move?
This is not a strong attack, trust me, but it actually hits quite well on that Scissor, going for the nice charge. I think Boom was hoping to get a charge tech pretty tie here. PvpDavid maybe lost track of energy here, shielding a nice slash. The Trailblaze definitely would have done a lot of damage, but Boom wasn't there just yet. And I think that a Mud Bomb would have done a little bit more damage. Boom was trying to save that Scissor, but he wasn't able to.
And look at how much energy this Unova Stunfisk has. Boom uses his last Protect Shield. Does this Unova Stunfisk tank a Mud Bomb to reach the 2 Mud Bombs he needs to KO the opposing Stunfisk?
PvpDavid wins charge attack priority here. Important information. This Mud Bomb will take the Stunfisk very low. I think at this point perhaps you can get the Mud Bomb off on this Stunfisk from PvpDavid, but remember that PvpDavid still has Altaria left as well. It has neutral Dragon Breath damage. He's going to bring it in. The Mud Bomb did not actually do that much damage, but because of the switch, it looked like that. And PvpDavid, he takes game number 1. This used to be a decent matchup for that Altaria because of the Dragon Breath being so oppressive, but now you rely more on your charge attacks, and the charge attack Flamethrower here is not the same type of attack bonus. It's not going to deal as much damage as otherwise the Dragon Breath before the rework would have done. So I think Altaria needs 2 charge attacks at the very minimum. Can this Stunfisk get to enough discharge here?
Stunfisk 1 Thunder Shock away from the back-to-back. This is gonna be a tight race. Altaria closing up on that Flamethrower.
And let's see, Altaria still hangs on there for just a little bit. In comes the Flamethrower. This won't be enough to knock out just yet. This Stunfisk has a discharge loaded. We'll be able to get a few more Thunder Shocks in, but are those Thunder Shocks going to be enough to knock out before getting Dragon Breath down? I think Stunfisk might have this.
Stunfisk throws the discharge. Boom, hoping to tie up the series. Is this enough to knock out?
It's not just yet, but can you get the Dragon Breath down or the Thunder Shock down? Stunfisk, Boom, takes game number 2. He ties up the score. And we see Boom expand his next shield as well. Scissor is a fragile Pokemon and is a Pokemon that really wants those shields as well. The timer's almost up for Boom. I think if you want to keep this Scissor, you might want to try to catch a charge attack. Can he catch a Mud Bomb on the Altaria potentially, or does he sacrifice the Ferret? Oh, he does try, but we see PvpDavid wait, and now coming in with the Ferret and keeps all the energy for that Scissor later.
This Altaria almost has 2 Sky Attacks. Great patient by PvpDavid. He knows that he needs that energy for the Scissor. Ferret takes the first Sky Attack in the chin. Will he endure the first Sky Attack? Doesn't throw. Boom! Reaches the Swift, the Ferret.
The thing for PvpDavid is here though, yes, he has all that energy on the Stunfisk, but Stunfisk is defensive. It will lose Charge Attack priority tie. That means that when both Pokemon throw a Charge Attack at the same time, Stunfisk will not be able to do that before Scissor. If Scissor can get 1 or 2 more Bullet Punches, it's very close to the Trailblaze, it would defeat the Stunfisk. So actually losing this matchup as PvpDavid might be more favorable for him.
Altaria has the back-to-back.
Oh man.
Reaches a Flamethrower into this Unova Stunfisk. We thought it was enough to KO, but it will put it dangerously low.
You're gonna be in nice range now. PvpDavid is going to need to make a catch here. Does he throw immediately? No. In comes the Scissor and Charge Attack Birdie tie!
Boom! With the heads-up play, he was 1 Bullet Punch away. PvpDavid doesn't react fast enough, and boom! Gets a 2-1 heads-up win. Interesting here. PvpDavid chooses to stay in, giving a lot of energy to this Florges. It almost has back-to-back Chilling Water. Here comes the Scissor. First Chilling Water coming through.
Does that give him any play? Because Chilling Water still will do a good amount of damage. And now that this Florges has so much energy, it will actually put a dent in this Scissor. The Bullet Punch damage will actually be even doing less. However, PvpDavid could potentially swap out in the Altaria still, because then it can clear this debuff that it gets now.
That's not what he does. Ferret goes for the Swift. This will put a good dent into the Scissor. And let's not forget, the Bullet Punch damage is reduced 2 attack stages. So it's going to be hard to take this Ferret down.
Does David stay in? He keeps the Trailblaze here. He now, oh man, that's another Swift here. Is this going to knock out? PvpDavid still has a lot of energy on the Altaria, but I'm not sure if the Altaria and the Scissor can pull through. Swift doesn't knock out just yet. Scissor hangs on, has a little bit of energy, and now the Altaria comes in immediately to pull the final shield. But you can't shield this as Boom because that Scissor also has a Trailblaze loaded.
And now the question is here, can this Florges farm down there? No, this is not too much damage. PvpDavid ties up the score 2-2.
This was looking really good for Boom with this alignment because he has that Ferret, but because PvpDavid brought in the Stunfisk now, it's not looking that good anymore. You don't even have that energy advantage, and putting up the protection on this Trailblaze, I think that Boom is looking to get to 2 of those though, because now shields are down, but you gotta be careful that it won't be caught. Can you even get to the Trailblaze, or does that Stunfisk outpace? I think you're one off here.
Stunfisk putting the pressure on this shield, pulling up the last protection from Boom. Can this Unova reach a move before the Trailblaze, or will we get a catch? Oh, we get the catch! Catches the double resistant Trailblaze!
What a play by PvpDavid! He wants to become a champion, and this is one way to get started. Looks like Boom is staying in just a little bit. He wants to get an extra bullet punch damage in. This Altaria is already at half HP here. You still have a potential catch on that Florges, but now you almost put this Altaria into Swift range. Tremendous play as well by Boom, anticipating or basically putting in an alternative strategy when the Altaria was brought in.
This Ferret is pacing quickly to the Swifts. Let's not forget that Florges has 1 Fairy Wind worth of energy. Can it reach a move on the end game?
It might not even matter if this Ferret is going to pull through here, but I do believe that the Stunfisk might be one off another attack here. Looks like we swap immediately into the Florges to get a head start, but do you get Thundershock down? Do you get Thundershock down? Do you get to the charge? Oh, he gets the Thundershock down!
PvpDavid looking into the championship. Is this Mud Bomb enough to KO? Can the Ferret reach a Trailblaze?
Stunfisk is not the strongest Pokemon with Charge Tech, but it doesn't matter. It's gonna do the job here for PvpDavid. He gets to the final Charge Tech. PvpDavid is your 2026 Gdansk Regional Champion!